What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Daniel Parejo. He is the 88 centre mid, and to be honest, it doesn't look terrible. Let's quickly have a look at his gold card and see the comparison. We'll also have a look at the SBC, see what we've got to give up. It is an 85 and an 83, so really shouldn't be too much of an issue. So we will have a look and finish that. One team of the week and 183. Let's get this up and running whilst we quickly just have a look at this guy's card to see the difference in obviously his gold to his now rule breaker. So he's mainly got a big increase on the pace, obviously a -5 on the passing. He's managed to get 37 pace, which actually isn't awful, to be fair to him. We need one rule breaker card again. This is always a big requirement that you need pretty much most of the time now. It seems that at least 2 of the SBCs each time require at least one, and we are going to give up, I don't know, do we give up? I think we give up the 85 because we got him in a 7.5k pack. Or do we give up Rip Art? Because we did get him tradable. And I'm thinking just in terms of value, an 85 may be better off down the line. Because obviously we only need an 83 rated SBC. I really would not want to give up too much. Let's go Prem, I believe. Because we've got to figure out as well what we do. In fact, let's go with League Gun and see what we can go there. So let's get this SBC finished and we'll jump back in. Perfect. So first one done, maxed out all of that. So we've got that one completely done. Just wait a second so the glitch doesn't knock me out. And then we've just got the 85 to do, which I think we should be okay. We have obviously got a duplicate Messi that we can whack in. So unfortunately, it is going to be a bit tough to kind of let Messi go in terms of that. Nobody really worth mentioning there. But we have obviously got the Messi that will kind of drop it down by a lot. So I suppose that is a blessing and a curse to have that. So we will whack him in and I won't make you watch. And there we go. So Messi's gone into there. We've obviously saved that and managed to do it with a lot of 83s and 84s. So I'm interested to see what this card's all about then. Obviously we've got a 37 on the pace, 2 on the shooting, 4 on the dribbling, 2 on the defending and 3 on the physical. There is no upgrade to his skill move or weak foot. So a very interesting card to say the least. He's only gone up by a +2. So again, like you say, this is probably the only Parejo card that's ever going to have this amount of pace. I just really don't see that happening anywhere else. Passing should actually be quite nice. So what are we looking at? 90 acceleration, very nice indeed. Good sprint speed. Even shooting isn't terrible. I think chemistry style wise, it's going to be quite a difficult one. You could go more balanced and go for maybe a shadow. That in terms of foot bin would get you 82 defending. You'd also get the 97 pace. Turn him into an 86 centre mid. Or it's an interesting one. Or do you go with engine? It depends on how you want to play him, because he's kind of more tailored now towards like a sort of attacking midfielder. I think 82 defending is still good enough to definitely roam the midfield. But could you go with an engine, get the dribbling, passing and pace up more, kind of sacrifice that defending that little bit more and go with obviously more agility, balance, more passing to kind of make him almost that floater in the middle. Very much like how personally a Pirlo role was played, but without the 92 pace. In terms of chemistry styles, we've got solid player, which is always fantastic. And let's jump into a squad, see what we can do with him. So in the team, we've got him. Nothing too fancy in terms of what we're going with. We will whack him into that kind of middle zone rather than going with the defensive side of stuff. Obviously, it's going to be an interesting one to see what sort of chem style. We're going to have a look and kind of decide in the moment and see what's all about. Let's jump into some gameplay with him. He's currently, I don't know if he's actually got a price on Footbin, about 90k at the moment, which to be honest, for an 88, really isn't that bad at this point. I swear I played this guy yesterday. It's so weird. I'm pretty sure in one review recently, I swear we played this guy, exactly the same guy twice. And it's literally just a generic casual match. There's no actual, there's no fixing in it. I don't understand it. And they had 2 people as well, which is very, very weird. I don't know if I'm just personally coming up against him or not, but I just thought I'd state that. It's just a very weird concept. I want to see which review it actually was in, because it is. He's got the same badge, called the same thing. There's 2 people. Right then, let's get into it though. Let's see what Parejo can do. Obviously that pace, you're already going to notice. You can see that massive difference in the pace, and I think that's one thing that I think does do well with these sorts of upgrades, that are just like over the top. Like if you got Verratti, for instance, and you've given him, what was it, 30 shooting, no, 30 physicality, it's nice, but I just don't think the animations still suit him in terms of that sort of upgrade. Whereas Parejo, definitely you can feel that upgrade on the pace. Someone like Cruz maybe not feel it as much, but definitely someone Parejo with some decent dribbling, to be honest, to him. Obviously the engine would be quite a nice one for the agility balance, but I think most definitely the pace increase has done wonders for him already. You can feel it. Going to find a ball through here. Even just missing out on a little bit of passing really isn't the end of the world for him. Okay, he's getting the tackle there. Obviously, he's not necessarily going to be this overall insane person, but he's most definitely going to be able to do a number for you. So let's just kind of keep going with him, find some of the movements. Obviously, passing is one of his stronger suits, which is always nice because obviously this game is massive on passing. Going to find him in here. Can we go with a finesse? He's going to get tackled before, and I thought he may have been able to go ahead there. I think one thing with these SBCs as well, not necessarily are they all worth it, but in some situations, I think they necessarily are, and it's one thing that I always like with, especially like the Parejos, the Eredivisie Player of the Months, even the La Liga Player of the Months. They may not be the Mbappes, the Messis, the Ronaldos, but they add a certain value once we get them random objective cards that you get. Like you need a French centre-back, but it's mainly La Liga. You've already got somebody in there that is now perfect for that sort of role. Can we find Parejo here? Oh my, I thought I was going in. But I think with these sorts of cards, especially with the price of everything at the moment, like you look at him, 90k for an 88 with a huge pace upgrade as well. Normally we'd be looking like 150 to 200k, and yes, sometimes we'd get better packs back, and yes, the market is a little bit different in terms of making coins and all of that, but even just being more efficient with your club, getting what you can in terms of upgrades, you don't necessarily have to spend loads on the game to be able to do these sorts of upgrades and to really kind of get into it. You've just got to put some time into it, and again, time and money, all of that, is it worth more than just playing it? But if you are looking to play this game at a better level than a casual, like you want more, because let's face it, if you're playing it as a casual, you want just a starting 11. There's no point trying to make a full club, because if you're trying to do all of these SBCs as a casual base, if you don't play, not necessarily even every day, but if you don't play a considerable amount of all of the game modes, it will be very difficult to get everybody. I know, of course it was. That's when you'd have to literally pick and choose. But I think most definitely, if you are playing it at a little bit more level, then I do think that most things are obtainable in this game. And that is something that I don't think many games have had as such. And yes, I'm not talking about the Hullets, the R9s, but I'm talking at least special cards, something to give a go. And Parejo is absolutely slapping it at the moment. 2 goals straight after just talking. He is really putting a number on this squad here. Can we find another with him? That is the big question. We can see him roaming forward. He is definitely hitting expectations as he finds Fakiri, and he isn't missing that. And it continues. A great assist from Parejo. 2 goals and an assist. Honestly, I think for 90k, I'm considering saying he is worth it as long as you are utilizing your untradables, all of your kind of specials. I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy it just yet, because we know we have got upgrades tomorrow. If you haven't got it already, basically. If you've got a good amount of untradables, maybe you've not done as many SBCs as myself over the past couple of days, with obviously who was yesterday, with Gossens, with the La Liga Player of the Month, and then obviously the Eredivisie, taking a lot of fodder at the very minimum without replenishing, obviously no League SBCs or upgrades until tomorrow, or until Monday in fact, it's not even tomorrow. So I would necessarily have a look and wait. That's a great goal. I'm very lucky to get past Asensio, but that is where the La Liga team comes in, and it shows us our kind of downfalls in this team. And it's nice to have like a full team to kind of get used to it, ready for icon swaps and all of that when we do eventually get that in the game again. Find it in Parejo. Let's go down the wing with him. I do enjoy his pace increase, definitely. He has, you can notice it by a landslide in comparison to the 50 pace that he does obtain normally. Oh, I kind of dragged the shot a little bit. You can really notice that. And the passing's still fantastic on this card. Really, really good card to have in your team, I think. Especially La Liga team in 88, it's quite nice. Obviously, it's a very well-balanced sort of card. If you went with the Shadow, I think definitely you are looking more as a kind of a box to box, but also still getting that defending up is can be vital at times. But I think if you've that's got to be a no penalty, okay. But if you have got kind of like an already DM, I'm thinking La Liga, you're looking like a Casemiro, I suppose, or even somebody. I think Llorente is more box to box this year. But definitely, if you have got somebody more tailored towards a kind of CDM role in La Liga, you could definitely get away with an Engine going up and down the wing as a box to box instead of a more defensive one. Parejo again is always on the ball, really easy to find in that midfield, which again is fantastic. Go for the through ball, but it's just not going to make it to him. This one will though. Oh, I wanted over the top. Holding off, nearly holding off there. Very nice little bit of work from him. Going to look for that pass down the wing. We're going to find him again, constantly running forward. Takes the one step and Chiellini's just going to put his boot right in front of the ball. There he is. Big ball across. Love it. Going to find the little one touch. Oh, and he's just missed out by a second or even a fraction there from actually getting the ball into at least a shooting opportunity. Going to find him again. He's going to push forward. Parejo looking at that back post. Finds a little bit of Dembele and he goes for the overhead, but he was offside in the process. Parejo hat-trick. You love to see it. Absolute GG's. Parejo with a lovely hat-trick to start off this review. Parejo dangerously going forward. Still manages to find a Fekir on that little bit. Little two-step. Hits it with his left and he cracks the crossbar. Honestly, what is this card changed? He has got a wonderful strike on him now. I really don't know if his gold actually had that sort of shooting, but most definitely you can feel that increase. Literally a centre mid with a little bit of power into his left foot. Comes across, goes for it, and that's a bit of a weak one. We're pushing it now. And again, just blitzing his way through. Gives a hit and hope, and the keeper, I don't know, rests it on his shoulder. Oh, and he finds it at the end. I cannot believe it. This guy is worth it. 100% worth it. So going into the overall form then. So he's come down to about 87 on the Xbox. In terms of the two requirements, as we saw during the video, 83 rated, 1 Halloween, 1 Rulebreaker. Don't know why it's got Halloween on there. 85 rated Inform La Liga, 75 and 65 Chem. Again, have a look at your club. Make sure you're utilizing everything that is in your club before absolutely sending for this card. I don't know why he's now decided that he doesn't want to be there, but Parejo definitely had a lovely upgrade, as we can see from it. 37 on the pace, 2 on the shooting, 4 on the dribbling, 2 on the defending, 3 on the physical, and -5 on the passing, which was already 90. So to 85 is really not that bad. Obviously, we've already got short and long pass, which is still fantastic, and everything else is a good average at best. Then obviously we've got a nice little increase on that shooting. Just, I don't know what it is. He manages to shoot quite well as a centre mid. I'm very happy with that. And I think for me, what everybody's going Shadow, Powerhouse, or Engine. What does Powerhouse give you? Passing, defender. To be fair, again, not a bad option. You could probably escape the pace, really, 90 and 85. I think definitely for a centre mid, that isn't awful. To then get a little bit more on the defender and then boost up his passing even more, that again is not a bad option. I think Engine has definitely got to be in some sort of shout at the very minimum, just because you get that agility balance as well as passing and a 5 on the pace. It is very nice, and I think a lot of people will go for this one. The Shadow is obviously getting you the 97 pace, but then also the 82 defending really puts him into a better category overall. Obviously no physicality really, but I think with how quick he is actually at dribbling, I really do think that that is absolutely fine. So he is an interesting one. Depending on how you want to play him is going to determine what sort of chemistry style you want to go for. You could even literally go for a cam with him, get out that finishing maxed, and then obviously get more agility balance and play him as a cam. I think he can do that role. Whether he can do it in comparison to someone like Fekir, if that's the kind of opponent he's coming up against, I think Fekir naturally has a very good animation for cam, whereas I think Parejo definitely works better for myself as a box-to-box. But explore the options with him. I think for 85k, if you've got everything in your club, I would. If you haven't right now, upgrade packs will come Monday, so definitely wait for them. If you are struggling, don't go and buy anything yet. If you have already done Weekend League or you don't need him as of yet, maybe he's kind of like a club stocker, somebody who's going to be in for icon swaps, Monday will come and hopefully we will get a little bit better of an upgrade pack. I don't think so, but it's at least a better time to do the upgrade packs. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. For Parejo's SBC, oh, it's even got the dynamic now, even better as well. For the SBC, I think a good price, a fair price. I'd say about a 7.5 in terms of value. I didn't even check what sort of packs you get back. I don't think it was anything too fantastic. 6 golds, 4 golds, 4 silver, 6. Yeah, so I'd say it's about a 7.5 in terms of the SBC value. And the card, I definitely think as an upgrade, it's a 10 for the upgrade. I think they've really smashed it with this one. But I think overall, we're looking anywhere between 8 and 8.5, I think, in terms of centre mid. I do think that you've got the likes of Llorente, who is still very, very good in La Liga in terms of midfielders. Casemiro, for me, needed that pace increase to really, you can kind of tell, 66k for a 90, that really shouldn't be. De Jong is obviously absolutely fantastic. So you are kind of looking at these sorts of cards, the kind of more tailored towards a box-to-box. De Jong, Llorente, even Parejo now. Cruz is too slow. You could even argue Modric a little bit, and obviously everybody's favorite in Fekir. So like I said, if you did enjoy, like and subscribe. That's all for the next one. Peace.